Here's a few ex vivo cases that John Cotomy sent me using the newer uh, procedure instrument. These are his radiographs, tooth with what appears to be fairly large areas around it. And these are his cone beams showing the extent. It's probably a fracture. When I got the tooth, I took the x-ray of it. These are the pictures of it. It was placed immediately into formalin after extraction. And when you go into it, it has that kind of typical general wave look to it where the dental tubules have been pretty well instrumented. I believe these were all MIE kind of cases, but when you go in and look in detail, there's quite a bit of biofilm present pretty much wherever we looked, and also quite a bit of pulp tissue. In many areas looks like there was intact pulp tissue still present that has obviously been disrupted, but around the pulp tissue there was pretty extensive biofilm and a lot of blood, hematogenous material all along the walls. And when you go in and actually look at that, it looked like that had a biofilm on it as one. The second tooth was a maxillary tooth with what looks like a vertical crack or vertical root fracture. We separated the roots axially and then went in and looked at all three roots, and pretty much the same situation here. Pretty extensive biofilm pretty much everywhere we looked. It didn't look like it had been disrupted very much at all by the general wave treatment. There's the intact pulp still present. And even within the pulp, there looked to be like pretty extensive biofilm. One thing that is different about the general wave, when we went into one area that looked like it had been very well debrided by the irrigation device, and we went in and looked very, very carefully within some of the areas that had been resorbed away. We actually had an opportunity to see intact odontoblasts. So the collagenous and non-collagenous proteins had been removed by the general wave, leaving the odontoblast intact. This is some of the biofilm that's present. But when we actually went into these areas, in addition to the bacteria, we saw these odontoblasts, and this axial view of it shows it really well. You can see these have been minimally instrumented, and there was quite a bit of pulpal tissue still left. But in the areas where the material had been removed, you can see intact odontoblasts. And I've never actually seen this before in any of these irrigation devices where the collagenous and non-collagenous proteins have been completely removed, but the odontoblast itself is still intact. So I thought it was kind of interesting looking at that. So those are the two last general wave cases I'll probably show.